Here from the Malcom Park Beach Soccer Facility in Nassau, Bahamas. It's the 2025 Concacaf Beach Soccer Championship. The final match of Group A will feature Mexico and El Salvador. A beautiful day here in Nassau, approaching 80 degrees Fahrenheit with Atlantis Resort there in the distance. A light breeze in the forecast as well. It is an absolute beautiful day, and it is shaping up to be a tough day in Group A because Guatemala took down Costa Rica just a little bit ago by 5-1, and that means Mexico must win this game today in regulation. They must get 3 points. They do also have the goal difference tiebreaker over Guatemala. El Salvador, they're in a very good spot to advance. But right now, it is all about Mexico as they try to advance into the next round of this competition. Of course, all these teams, all 8 teams in this year's Concacaf Beach Soccer Championship vying for a spot at the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup, which will be later on this year in May in Seychelles. So a beautiful destination, and all these teams wanting to get there here in just a few months' time. But so far in this competition, what a group this has been, and El Salvador maybe the surprise of this tournament. They started out with a big 6-1 win over Costa Rica. Costa Rica has really struggled in this competition thus far as they went 0-3. They only scored just a couple of goals. But as for El Salvador then yesterday, a 7-0 win over Guatemala. So they have scored 13 goals. They've only conceded 1. While Mexico, they have scored 3 goals in each of their games. A 4-3 loss against Guatemala, and then a 3-1 win yesterday against Costa Rica, which got them those full 3 points. But today, it all comes down to this. El Salvador almost assured of a spot now in the next round, but it is all about Mexico and whether they can also put themselves into the next round of this competition. It's Mexico and El Salvador. A lot on the line here on the sand in Nassau. We'll hear both national anthems. Get you set for first kick today from the Malcom Park Beach Soccer Facility. It's the 2025 Concacaf Beach Soccer Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Mexico, followed by the national anthem of El Salvador. And ladies and gentlemen, here are your starting lineups.
Getting you set for first kick today from Nassau, Bahamas. It's the 2025 Concacaf Beach Soccer Championship, the final game in Group A. It's El Salvador taking on Mexico. Excited to bring you the action here today. I'm Josh Eastern as we get set for this crucial matchup in this competition and in Group A before Group B takes to the sand just a little bit later on this evening.
Number 12, Portillo. Number 2, Cruz. Number 3, Ramos. Number 8, Castro. Number 11, Velasquez. Number 1, Najera. Number 4,
The starting lineup for Mexico looks like this, and one of the players to watch has to be Jose Maldonado, who has been a big goal scorer in this competition so far. He has 2 goals so far. He scored 2 of those on Tuesday in that 4-3 loss against Guatemala. Francisco Cati and this Mexico side trying to get this team into the next round, but they have to win this game in regulation, and this El Salvador team is no easy out, as they will be right in the thick of things. They haven't officially booked their spot in the next round because of goal difference, but they are all but assured a spot in the next round unless they lose this game by close to 7 goals. They would really have to lose it by a lot. We'll see how it all goes, but our officials today, Jorge Tuñon is our first referee from Panama. Also from Panama is Gumercindo Batista, our second referee. Juan Andres Angeles of the Dominican Republic is the third referee. Our timekeeper, Yamani Diaz, also from the Dominican Republic. The captains, Eliodoro Portillo, the 38-year-old for El Salvador, trying to make it back to his 6th Beach Soccer World Cup. It's Alejandro Garcia, the defender for Mexico. This is what it looks like for Rudis Gonzalez and El Salvador. Plenty of goal scorers all across the board. Ramos scoring a brace in the 7-0 win yesterday. It was Castro and Serna who both scored braces on Tuesday. So there are goals all throughout this El Salvador team. And now we are set to go. This all-important final game of Group A. Had a feeling it would come down to these 2 teams, but didn't necessarily have a feeling it would come down to these 2 teams to see if Mexico would be going home or not. They have some work to be done here today. 3 points for Mexico is a must. Anything else, they are eliminated.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There is the whistle, and we are underway. And off the opening kickoff, Mexico tries a shot that does go wide. Well, Mexico in this competition, they have won it 4 times. They've been the runners-up on 2 more occasions. And when you go back to 2023, they were the runners-up that year. 2023 and 2017, the 2 times they have been runners-up. Now they are just trying to get out of this group stage. In every competition, the worst they've done is 4th place. So this could be one of the worst showings at this competition should they not go through to the knockout stages. So something to keep in mind in terms of the historical aspect for this team. As for this El Salvador side, one of the top-ranked teams in the world, the best-ranked CONCACAF team at that. They have mostly been 3rd-place finishers. They did win it back in 2021, but 3rd place in 4 of the last 5 competitions for El Salvador. We're hearing that there have been some issues here with the clock, which is the reason here for the stoppage. There's the whistle, and right back to it. Mexico trying to hold on to the ball here in these opening few minutes. 3 periods of 12 minutes each. 36 minutes for Mexico to find a way to win this game. A must win to advance on. This is played over the top, some contact there, but no whistle. Moving forward, and there's a chance there for Oscar Cruz, but he got out of the way and let his goalkeeper take that, Eliodoro Portillo. Laid on the surface, and now trying to move this one ahead, but nothing doing again. Pragmatic start for both these teams in the opening 2 minutes. Not wanting to give too much ground to the other. Could you imagine in this competition, the United States and Mexico could be out after the group stage? This is played towards goal. It's loose in front and it's turned in. El Salvador scores. It's Anderson Castro. A crucial goal for El Salvador, and it could be a devastating blow for Mexico. Just loose in front, and Castro able to pounce on it. It was put back into the middle by a Mexico player who went with the overhead kick on the clearance. Couldn't get it away. And now it's El Salvador in front. And off the kickoff, nothing doing. El Salvador has been just full of goals in this competition. By far the highest scoring team. They've scored 13 goals coming in, 6 on Tuesday, 7 yesterday. And they just continue to score. Maybe something here on the break for Mexico. It's Montes de Oca who's being hassled now by Velasquez, and Velasquez comes away with it, chance to shoot, and it's a save. Gabriel Macias able to push this one away. Macias, who played the entirety of the game on Tuesday against Guatemala, a surprising loss. And this one headed in again. Francisco Velasquez scores, and it's 2-0 to El Salvador, and Mexico right now up against it on the verge of elimination. A great finish there from the corner. The player that had the goal in Anderson Castro this time gets the assist to Francisco Velasquez. Another one here, blocked down. Now a break here for Mexico, and just couldn't get anything going upfield. They'll have a throw-in though. Wants to get this towards goal. Chested, but nothing doing. It's moved off to the far side. Now a chance right in front of goal for 3! El Salvador full of goals. It's Emerson Serna this time. 3-0 inside of 5 minutes. Look at this development here in Nassau. El Salvador all over Mexico. And Serna able to just win that back in a good area and put it in the back of the net. incredible. El Salvador doing it again. And now a save. It's loose in front. El Salvador able to keep it. Salvador's following the music here. Oops, I did it again. They're not saying oops, though. They love to score a lot of goals in these opening 5 minutes all over Mexico. Deflected out of play. Not only have they been great from an attacking standpoint, they've only conceded 1 goal, and the goal they conceded was against Costa Rica on day 1, and it was mostly just a goalkeeper mistake. Portillo came for the ball, he didn't get it, and then it left the goal wide open. Aside from that, they have been flawless defensively. As this shot comes from distance, Macias trying to test Portillo. Again, nothing doing for Mexico. El Salvador now can show their patience. And if they are to win this game, El Salvador, they will be the only team that has gotten the full complement of 9 points. Because the first place team in Group B, Panama, sits on 4 points. Now popped in the air, the header back. And taken by Portillo. All the way into the corner, chested centrally, Macias, it was loose, but he was able to corral it in the end. Down the line. And now all the way upfield, it was well off the mark by Gonzalez, who did score a penalty kick goal on Tuesday. Here's taken on the volley. Wow. Rings the crossbar. The captain, Alejandro Garcia, so close to making it 3-1. Long distribution up the field again, but a missed touch as it runs out of play off the foot of Jason Urbina. Gonna go quickly back the other way. Mexico broken up. Moved it through the middle and headed down, and maybe a chance here for El Salvador again. But it's Urbina who puts the shot well out of play. Loaded down the line. And eventually runs out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to El Salvador. And they are in command of this game at the moment. Total domination as this is headed into side netting. Mexico, they can just start to cut into this lead, try to claw their way back into this game, but right now, just is not going their way. Chip through the middle. The header into the corner. Some runners in front of goal, but instead it's a whistle for a handball. couple minutes in this opening period, the first 12. Forward, Portillo. Gonzalez nods it forward. Another header, back post and out of play. Agustin Ruiz was right there trying to make it 4 goals in this opening period for El Salvador. Moved into the corner, the cross comes in. It's steered out of play. There was a deflection on it. It's a corner kick now for Mexico with 2 minutes to go in this first period. And Portillo is there to hold on to it for El Salvador. Centrally, an overhead kick, and this bounces out of play. Macias was at full stretch. Goal scored by Castro, Velasquez, and Serna so far for El Salvador. Move it down the line. And that ball did end up out of play. And it goes back to El Salvador as they are in command. And right now, the biggest fans of this score are the Guatemala players and coaches and fans who are no doubt watching this action, knowing that this result would get them into the next round. That upset win in Mexico on Tuesday, a big reason why. They do still need a little bit of help from El Salvador, and they are getting it, Guatemala is. It's taken on by Macias and wide. Easy there for Eliodoro Portillo to watch it sail wide. Portillo, long downfield. It comes centrally, flicked into the middle, and eventually chested back to Gabriel Macias in goal. Sent towards goal, it's pushed away, and that is the end of period number 1. El Salvador knows that they are the highest scoring team in this competition, and they are holding up their end of the bargain again here today. Mexico, though, facing elimination after 1. El Salvador leads 3-0. Players getting back in position as we are set to go for this second period of action. The middle 12 from Nassau, Bahamas. There's the whistle, and we are underway for 12 more minutes here in this second period. Still got 24 to go. Here's a shot saved at the near post. Pitched out of play. Cruz taking that shot on. Oscar Cruz, one of the defenders here. A lot of good work on the defensive end. This comes back post. Knotted centrally and blocked down. Eric Nahera, who has come into the game now, and now turned over. And it was nearly something there for Jose Maldonado. Didn't quite come to be. Here's Cruz to flip it centrally and cleared away. Comes downfield, it's blocked down and pushed away. And there it is taken in the end by Gabriel Macias. Overhead kick, bouncing all the way out of play. Right now, El Salvador controlling things, but Mexico's trying to be a little bit more aggressive. They have to take more chances here in this period. Right now, they are facing elimination. El Salvador in command of this game. There's an overhead kick and a save. It's a good one there from Eric Nahera, but Mexico's really started to up the pressure in this second period. Ball comes through the middle again, and the back pass for Nahera. Here's another shot from distance. Make something happen on the turn. Right now, Mexico looking for any sort of momentum they can get. Already 4 minutes into this second period and still being held off the score sheet. Right through the middle and a clearance away. It's a loose ball picked up by Mexico. It's loose in front, but it wasn't able to be turned in. Daniel Guzman. Another opportunity as it works its way centrally, and it's taken in the end by Macias. Pass through the middle. And in the end, taken there by Macias. He's looking to distribute again. As you mentioned with El Salvador, unless they lose this game by a lot of goals, not to do some quick math, but it would have to be a lot that they would lose by. That's the only way they would really be eliminated. Otherwise, they are in a great spot to advance on. Mexico, on the other hand, though, they have to get 3 points in this game. And right now, it is not looking too promising. Flipped into the corner, knotted down. El Salvador able to keep it. The return ball, Macias came off his line. It's deflected out of play, and it will be a corner kick. Slip there, and it's turned over. That one put wide and out of play. The shot taken here, and it's blocked down and held on to. Past the midway point of this game, it's the midway point of this period. And El Salvador in command. Those early goals, and now they have really been able to settle in here. Through the middle, there's an open goal. That shot is out of play. Macias gets away with it there. Oh, that one nearly going for Mexico, but just not quite. As this comes back the other way now. Loose in front, and it's turned home. Melvin Gonzalez scores to make it 4-0 to El Salvador. Nearly on the other end for Mexico. They were left a bit exposed on the defensive end, and El Salvador makes them pay. Gonzalez with another goal in this competition for El Salvador, and they continue to score goals. Gonzalez scored a penalty on Tuesday. Now his second goal in this competition comes here today in this second period, and time is really running out for Mexico to find something. And they must remember, score. Moved out wide again. Another chance to shoot, and this one's in. Another one for Emerson Serna. It is 5-0 to El Salvador. And it's all but securing Mexico's fate of being eliminated from this competition. El Salvador looking to get the full 9 points out of these 3 group stage matches, and they are looking like the heavy favorites to win this competition as well. What a run it has been for El Salvador. Loose in the middle. And it's a whistle. It's Batres who was brought down. And this is going to be a free kick on the way for El Salvador that will only give them more chances to score goals. Good look here. Yeah, just the foul coming in from Maldonado, bringing down Batres, really no questions asked. Batres will take it on and score. Batres with his second goal of this competition. And right now, El Salvador is just burying Mexico in the sand. 6-0 to El Salvador. They've already matched their goal total from what they did on Tuesday against Costa Rica. They scored 7, remember, yesterday. And Mexico is looking like they're going to be eliminated. Go back to when it was 3-0 just a few minutes ago. Mexico hit the post, and then on the ensuing play back the other way, El Salvador scored to make it 4-0. A huge swing in this game, and maybe that was really the turning point that took Mexico out of it. Just did stay in play. Final 3 minutes of this middle 12, the second period here from Nassau. Beautiful day, sun is shining, comfortable temperatures. Exactly what you'd want here for the Concacaf Beach Soccer Championship. Head up. Right now, El Salvador is content to keep the ball moving. Played into the middle, nothing doing. Loaded out wide. Now the return ball for Macias. Macias plays it in the middle, nothing doing. Back the other way for El Salvador. And now it's another one. Melvin Gonzalez with his second goal of the game. And it is a rout here in Nassau. Gonzalez with a brace. And look at this, just doing it all himself. Rips it into the top corner. A great goal from Melvin Gonzalez. And right now, it is all El Salvador. They've already, oh, look at that one. The response from Mexico. Juan Morales turns one in, and a brilliant goal that is. Almost a carbon copy of what we just saw. Well, maybe a way back into this for Mexico. It's a long hill to climb, but you got to start with one. And it's now 7-1 in favor of El Salvador. Another shot taken and another save from Macias out of play. Loaded centrally. Oh, what a goal! Jose Maldonado, a scissor kick to make it 7-2. Now it's 2 unanswered for Mexico. Got to start with one, then you got to start with the second. One by one, Mexico working their way back into it. That's just a brilliant goal. Going airborne for it was Maldonado. Brilliantly taken. Salvador gets it back into play. This shot cued out of play. Final 90 seconds. Still one more period to go. Mexico trying to hang in this game. Maldonado wins it back. It's a heavy first touch, and it's turned over. Goals have been flying in this period. 4 for El Salvador, 2 for Mexico as we enter the final minute. On the turn, the shot ripped wide. Long distribution, and the header out of play. This moved out of play. It's a corner kick as the final few seconds tick away here. Whistle, it's a foul. It will go Mexico's way, and Alejandro Garcia will have a free kick here. Now Garcia trying to take this on, and well out of play, and that will bring this second period to a close. Well, Mexico knew what they had to do. They had to win this game in regulation and get the full 3 points. And right now they are up against it. It has been all El Salvador today, and after 24 minutes down and at the end of 2 periods, it's El Salvador 7 and Mexico 2. players in position. Third period of action is underway at the 2025 Concacaf Beach Soccer Championship. That ball ends up out of play. So Mexico, it's pretty simple. They have to win this game in regulation if they want to advance. Otherwise, it will be El Salvador and Guatemala out of Group A to advance on to the semifinals. The winners of the two semifinal matches will be the representatives from Concacaf at the Beach Soccer World Cup in Seychelles later on this year in May. Right now, it is all El Salvador as Najera comes forward and hits the post. Macias was a spectator there. Comes all the way back to the other end. Moved out wide. Salvador trying to make something happen. It's an overhit pass. Manager Luis Gonzalez has to love what he's seen so far as Macias comes forward. It's an open goal, but it was a handling offense. A handball against Anderson Castro, and a free kick now for Mexico. This will be taken because it was a handling offense. It can be taken by any player. So Enoch Lopez is the one stepping up. Lopez is ready. A long run up to this one. And Lopez scores. So Mexico now, all of a sudden, they have gotten themselves back into this game. It's only a 4-goal deficit. As we've been talking about, you just got to start one by one. Work your way back into it. That's exactly what they are doing here. And a very well-taken goal to beat Eric Najera. Into the air, shot taken and wide. Well, just under 11 minutes to go, but don't count Mexico out. They are desperate. This game does go to extra time or even penalties. Will all just be for the fun of it at that point, because Mexico would have been eliminated already. They have to get 3 points. Salvador have not still officially clinched, but they are in the driver's seat to do so and to win this group. Trying to turn, challenge put in. It's good pressure there by Oscar Cruz. Mexico's able to keep it, and now the whistle comes, and Enoch Lopez basically straddling the ball, so it has to go back the other way on the free kick to El Salvador. Now long one coming. And this one is just wide. Comes into the middle. Flip towards goal, and there's Najera. Long distribution, the header to come centrally. Still an opportunity here. It's taken, it was blocked in front. Another chance to shoot, also blocked. Mexico looking back the other way, shot taken, blocked. place, blocks being put in. And some trouble here at the back, and it's wide. Oh my goodness, what a chance for Daniel Guzman. Mexico still battling, 8.5 minutes to go. They need 5 goals right now without response. Salvador's already matched their goal total from yesterday, where they also scored 7. They scored 6 on Tuesday. It's going to be very interesting to see how Group B shakes out as well, because it's the winner of this group to take on the runners-up in Group B, and then vice versa for the other semifinal. Eventually be the United States. Right now they're on the outside looking in as this is punched away by Najera. Panama and Bahamas currently occupy the top 2 spots. United States plays Panama coming up next, and Bahamas and Trinidad and Tobago to close out the final day of the group stage. A lot happening here as this one's taken and saved. I think Najera able to keep it out. And tangled up at midfield. Ruben Batres brings down Enoch Lopez. And now Lopez, a great opportunity. He just scored from a free kick a few minutes ago. Look at this one. Great save there. Now Lopez is ready. The long run up again, and this one did not get the contact he was looking for. Najera again, the distribution. Down the line. It's in field. There was some contact, but no whistle. Urbina went down. He thought he was fouled, and here's another foul. Jose Maldonado brought down by Melvin Gonzalez, and a yellow card is out. Maldonado just cut down, really no questions asked about that call. Najera in goal. Maldonado to take the shot.
Maldonado against Najera.
Ready to go here. Shot taken low and in. It's another one back for Mexico. Never say die. That's the mentality Mexico's using right now because they have got back into this game. El Salvador was completely in command, and now their goal scoring has gone quiet, and Mexico's is really heated up. Worst team to play is a desperate team, and that is what Mexico is right now. Desperate. They still need 4 more goals. They have to win this in regulation to advance. Take it on the volley, it's off the crossbar. Another great opportunity. That one whistled dead. And it's a yellow card coming out to Ruben Batres, I think, for kicking that ball away, which is why the clock is now stopped. Ball, yeah, it did look like it did go out of play. Batres didn't think so. So it comes back in. Mexico still down 3. It's floated in. Gonzalez the header away. Comes out to the near side. Some pressure here. 2 players going down. Which way is this going to go? It appears it's a free kick on the way for Mexico. It is. It's also another yellow card. Maldonado standing over it. Now ready to go. Maldonado will play it towards goal. And it's a pretty easy one. It's Eliodoro Portillo who's come back into this game. Salvador could really use a goal just to stem the tide a bit. Get the momentum back on their side and kill any of the momentum that Mexico has built. Comes back centrally, a chance to shoot. It's put into the sand. Doing halfway through this third period, this final period of the group stage. Take it on, and it's another one. It's the captain, Alejandro Garcia, and it's now just a 2-goal game. Oh boy, what do we have here? 5 unanswered goals. Absolutely tremendous comeback here for Mexico. But they still need more. What a game this has been as it's out of play. This is by far already the highest scoring game in this competition here in 2025. And we still have 5:40 to go. And Mexico on the overhead kick. It's put towards goal, and it's off the post and in! Mexico trails by just 1. Incredible scenes here in Nassau. Jacob Montes de Oca will get credit for this one. Mexico is not out of it yet. Spilled in front by Portillo. Uber experienced goalkeeper, not able to keep that one out. Off the post and in. Off the free kick, or off the restart, pardon me, it's blocked down. Well, this is anybody's game now, but Mexico still has to score 2 more without response from El Salvador. They have to win in regulation. An overtime win does them no good. Right now, Guatemala, you wonder what they are thinking as this game continues on like this. And El Salvador find another one. Bicycle kick out of play. Loaded towards goal again. It's taken by Portillo. This was completely in El Salvador's hands. And now Portillo forced to just dump this out of play. You can maybe feel some of the pressure getting to El Salvador right now. Bicycle kick. It's cued out of play. 4:20 to go. Long distribution downfield. The header taken by Macias. Maldonado now slowing things down, but they can't go too slow. We're under 4 minutes now. Macias goes low and wide. You know El Salvador in no rush to get this back into play. Coming forward, distributing, and it bounces over the bar. That was very, very close. Mexico right back at it. Cleared away again. Forward again, it's floated towards goal. It's a take there by Portillo and the long distribution back upfield. Bouncing around. Macias takes it on, it's out of play. Every game in this group has been finished in the 36 minutes. They've not had to go to extra time or penalties. We saw that though on day one in both matches in Group B. They ended up going to penalties. Upfield again, and it's over the bar. Well, now Mexico really has to dig in. 1:40 to go. They need 2 goals without response. Loaded out wide again. Some good pressure there by Gonzalez. Gonzalez goes down. It's a fight for this loose ball. No goals in quite a while for El Salvador. Mexico clinging into this, just trying to stay in this competition, but right now they are going out. Under a minute to go. Comes into the middle, chested down. There's a deflection in front. El Salvador a chance to come back the other way. Can they put this away? Challenge was put in, there was no whistle. Maldonado moves it ahead, it's broken up. They get out of trouble. Things up, out of play right now. Mexico is going out of this competition. El Salvador, can they hold on? They were up 7-0 in this game. It is now 7-6. Mexico, well, even if they do find an equalizer here, you don't think it's going to be enough time to find 2 goals. The distribution upfield comes into the middle. It's taken by Portillo. The horn will sound, and Mexico is eliminated. El Salvador is moving on as group winners, and Guatemala is going with them into the semifinals. Incredible drama here in Nassau on the sand. El Salvador wins the group. They hang on. Mexico is eliminated, and Guatemala is moving on as well. Incredible scenes here, but it is full time. Guatemala moving on in second place, but El Salvador beats Mexico 7-6.
Skillful players on the sand. Thank you, gentlemen.
Full-time highlights, 2025 Concacaf Beach Soccer Championship Group A action between Mexico and El Salvador. Mexico had to win this game in regulation and get 3 points to advance on. They would try their hardest, but early on it was all El Salvador all the time. The highest scoring team so far in this competition, and they showed why they have been the highest scoring team. Goals all over the place in this one, as they just kept on coming. Another one here. Almost losing track of how many goals were scored and when, but this would be Cerna to put it in the back of the net. One of his 2 goals on the day. And back the other way come the next period. Gonzalez, he would find a couple goals for himself. This is the first of his 2 goals. He would score a big one in just a little bit. Tap in there for Gonzalez. And another one for Cerna. That would be his 2nd goal. Batres would be fouled, and he would score from the free kick, putting it in the corner, beating Macias. And you thought, all right, Melvin Gonzalez again, another one, and it was all right. El Salvador, they should be in the clear, no problem, moving on. And then that's when things change, because right away, Mexico with a response. And a great goal that was. And then Maldonado, another one to get back into it. 7-2, then 7-3. It would be Enoch Lopez to score one. The goals would keep on coming. Another one by Alejandro Garcia, and Maldonado as well. This would be the Garcia goal. He just kept on coming. And you thought, okay, maybe there's something in this. Was flipped to the back post by Montes de Oca. An awkward bounce off the post, over the line, and in. But in the end, Mexico just ran out of steam. They were down 7-0. They got it back to 7-6, but they are eliminated, and El Salvador wins it. This is the results from the day. Guatemala a 5-1 win. El Salvador a 7-6 win. Both El Salvador and Guatemala, the top 2 teams in this group, and they are moving on to the semifinals. They are 1 win away from the World Cup in May in Seychelles. Mexico and Costa Rica are eliminated. That will do it for our Group A coverage today from NASA. For our entire crew, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long. It'll be Group B action coming up shortly here from the Bahamas.